Let's see. I am checking my dad's Facebook. Uh, we should be up there soon. YouTube happens relatively quickly, so anyone who's initially tuning in, anyone who's watching the VOD of us, and you're seeing this, I'm just checking to see if we're live right now. Yep, looks like we are live on YouTube. I can hear myself twice. Refresh the Old Bulls Facebook, and we are up on the Old Bulls Facebook. Excellent. Okay, so you may be asking, why does the Old Bull have hair? Why does he have a smaller nose? Why does he have a stable relationship? Well, spoiler alert, that's not the Old Bull. Because, of course, that would not be the Old Bull if any of those three things existed. This is my buddy Andrew. He's slotted himself as Baby Bear. I don't know how that fits in with cows, but we're bulls. But here we are. So Andrew is filling in for the Old Bull. I don't know what he's doing. If he's at a pickleball tournament, he's out chasing the ladies. You never know what those crazy kids are doing. So Andrew is a hockey expert. He's bringing some fandom of the Celtics as well. So he's not he's not an amateur there. And we're going to talk about a few different things. Andrew, do you want to say hi to the world, our tens of viewers?
Yeah. Oh, so many. Yeah. Hi guys. Yeah. I mean, Matt already had a great introduction, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, and Andrew is one of our tens of viewers, so we are kind of knocking this down, and he's one of our most interactive users. So if you're out there and you're listening to us, please chime in and make up for Andrew's absence. We need other people asking questions because Andrew's not out there asking us questions. So we'll start us off with the Celtics. Both games are happening at the same time. They both start at 7 o'clock. Boston Celtics versus the Heat. This should be the one you don't have to pay too much attention to. Andrew, do
Yeah.
you have your prediction for the Celtics game?
I mean, it's gonna be a slaughter. Let's be real here. There's no shot that the Celtics should lose a single game to the Heat in the state that they're in right now. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 120-ish to 90 or so.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah. I think that's a really good take. And at this point, they really shouldn't lose a quarter to this Heat team because even the Celtics bench, I feel like is better than this Heat team. Um, I don't know if you recall, but there was some guy named DeLon Wright who stepped up big for the Heat. He went 5 for 5 from three. He scored his season high against us in that game one, and that was the really only reason that game wasn't a 35-point win. Um, so let's hope it's a similar case for the Boston Celtics, and let's hope we all stay healthy. Um, my big player to watch again is Porzingis. Spoelstra is the best coach in the league, and what the Heat did to us last year that gave us fits with the zone and everything. He really can't do that with Porzingis out there because Porzingis is a zone breaker. You put him in the middle, passing the ball, whoever's in the middle, they can't guard him one-on-one post ups. So it's going to be interesting to see if Spolstra after one game has found a way to get around the unicorn in Porzingis, and we'll see what goes there, and hopefully no one gets hurt. Any other thoughts on the Celtics?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the biggest thing for the Celtics is looking forward to the next series, not getting dragged into whatever game that the Heat want to play. If they want to start playing dirty on us, and God forbid one of our players gets injured,
Yep.
that's all we got to avoid, and just keep trucking forward with them.
Yep, exactly. I think it's a good battle test. It's a good way to practice some physical games because the Heat give, if anything, they give you a physical battle. So we just got to hope that any of those trash players don't get hot from outside and make this any more of a game than it needs to be.
Yeah,
So we will move on to the Boston Bruins, and this is the one where it's kind of up in the air. If you're a betting man, I don't know where you land on this. There's no sure thing here, and there's a ton of breaking moves. There's a lot more moving parts in this Bruins situation. The Celtics, there's been no changes on the injury report, status quo for both teams. Andrew has a bunch of breaking news. So why don't you start him off with the biggest one, Andrew, and something that the old bull and I have been clamoring for quite some time.
yeah. So the biggest move is Laura is moving up from Providence. He just got the call today. He's actually replacing Grizz on the top line, and Grizz is out for the night, healthy scratch. Um, and that's not the only defense change either. We got Parker Witherspoon slotting in for Andrew, or not Andrew, Peak on the third line as well. So big change on the defense there. It's going to be
Yep.
it's definitely going to be a proving night for all three lines actually, even Lindholm, Carlo with
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
real quick on that too is like, I really hope Lindholm doesn't bring down Carlo because Carlo's been a juggernaut this postseason.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. As somebody who loves Lindholm, he's really turned the puck over these last two games. So as long as he stays on his game, then we're solid there. We really need that line to be shut down for the Bruins, considering the holes that Shattenkirk and maybe even Lori will give there. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, where the spoon was, I think, peak light in the regular season.
for sure.
Of course, we brought Peak in for more solidified, and he really, I think, is overachieved for us. I think Peak, um, but Witherspoon was peak before peak was peak. So let's hope he can stick with it. Is he an older guy? Am I
Peak,
misthinking?
he's
Is
not
no, it's
old, but
Witherspoon. Witherspoon.
oh no, Witherspoon's not old by any means. But at the same time, I was really hoping Witherspoon was going to be able to slot in for Grizz and keeping Peak there, but unfortunately, with Peak being injured, that's not the case.
Yeah, and we don't know anything about hockey injuries. He broke his finger. I think clear as
Most
day.
likely, yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. Blocking
Eh,
shots, but which we love the effort, but at the end of the day, we need the players healthy. So yeah,
yeah. And we don't even know who's in goal tonight, right?
it's pretty firmly Swayman, I think.
Okay.
There's been rumors here and there, but with the rotation going back and forth, there's no reason not to play Swayman. The only downside could possibly be if Swayman absolutely goes nuclear on the Leafs, and then they put Olmark in Game 4. It could be a little light in the
The
fire for
drama.
the Leafs. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I love Olmark, I love him, but that could be something to watch out for.
No, it's actually like it's gonna be bittersweet. If
For sure.
Swayman goes out there and blanks the Leafs, it's gonna be an odd decision. Because Andrew is actually the one who texted me. Have the Leafs been shut out this year, Andrew?
No, no, they haven't.
No, they have
Not a
not.
single
And
game.
yeah, and game one was almost, I think, one of the closest they've come to getting shut out. Um, so and full disclosure, nobody's blaming Allmark for game two.
No.
I think that game was much more McAvoy having a brain fart and our offense just not having the fight in it it needed to be.
Yep.
Um, we'll see how it goes on the road. I mean, that was our first loss to the Leafs, and I don't know if you heard for the 17,000th time, but on the thing that we actually hadn't been trailing them all year, and
Yep.
they
It
said
was
that stat constantly. It was driving me nuts.
it was like
Um,
something like 360 minutes, 6 games we haven't trailed them. So yeah,
yeah.
it was definitely an unfortunate stat. But just real quick, speaking about McAvoy, I'm really hoping that he steps up tonight. Obviously he's one of our best players. He needs to be, especially with the goal he allowed on Matthews to get. I don't
Oh
care
yeah.
what he does there. I want him to take him out. Like, doesn't matter what you got to do. You draw that penalty, just like Lindholm did in Game 1.
He got left in the dust. He didn't even have the opportunity to draw a penalty. He like Matthews took two
Yeah,
strides, and before
yeah.
McAvoy even had the chance to think, he was by him. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
no, like I mean, I don't want to say too much on the defense. Obviously we're a decor team, but you got to score goals to win a game. So you want to go
yeah
ahead and talk about those changes that we made?
yeah. So right now what I have in front of me is the top line is I think the same, right? It's Heinen, Zaka, and Pasternak.
Yep.
We kind of talked about last episode after the game. Heinen's been a bit invisible. We're really hoping that he can put his stamp on this game
Mhm.
because it's not looking great. Zaka was showing up. Andrew, Zaka's been riding the Andrew hype train. I mean, Andrew's been riding the Zaka hype train this series.
Yes, I have. He all of a sudden he wins 60-70% of faceoffs. It's absolutely insane. I mean, I understand the first two games we have last on advantage, so we can choose who takes faceoffs and all that fun stuff. But he has been absolutely dominating in the faceoff circle for us. So
Yep.
just great passes too all around. It's
Yeah.
him and Pasternak are just clicking like they should. It's been great.
Yep. Yeah. It was a world class goal. So that line
Mhm.
is staying together.
Yep.
Next up, we have. My thing's jacked up. It says Charlie McAvoy's a forward. for me in playing center for Marchand and DeBrusque. That's not right. It's Charlie Coyle.
Yeah.
NBC Sports Boston. Get your act together.
Right.
So Charlie Coyle, Marchand, and DeBrusque. That's static, right? That's not a change.
Yep.
Um, so now we're gonna be going to another player in which Andrew is a truther for. I think he has a tattoo with three initials on his back. Andrew, do you want to talk about this change on the third line?
Yeah. So JVR is slotting in for Jacob Lacko. And the first half of the year, he was absolutely dominant net front presence for us. Great. Since January, the All-Star break even, he's just fallen off a cliff. He has no idea what he's doing out there. He's just old and slow. But I'm really hoping this game, after taking so many off, there's a fire in him. It's playoffs. It's going to be his first playoff game as a Bruin, especially against Toronto. He played there quite a bit years ago, so it's this is going to be a proven game for him. And with Morgan Geeky and Trent Frederick right there, people who can move the puck, who have good forecheck with them, really hoping that we can win some battles and just get the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer too because Lauko was not invisible. He was
No,
definitely hustling. You could tell he wanted to be out there. So JVR really does have some big skates to fill, and
for sure.
I'm
Yep.
really hoping he brings. The Leafs have showed us they want to play a physical game. They're not very good at it. They're not very physical. So hopefully JVR can bring that dad strength and
Mhm.
you know punish some guys. So
For sure.
yeah, we'll see how he does with Geeky and Frederick. Some front of the net presence would be great. And then we have the Merlot line. Bruins for me, of course, there's only been one Bruins championship in my lifetime. But there's been three runs, two of which the fourth line was one of the most important lines on our team. And
Sure.
so for me, a successful Bruins team in the playoffs has a fourth line that just mucks it up and hustles. And that first game, that's what that line looked like.
Yep.
Beecher, Bookquist, and Maroon. So I'm really hoping they can bring that back this game. Any thoughts on the fourth line?
Yeah, I mean, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. Obviously, Pat Maroon, big rig out there. He's just hitting people left and right. He's really absorbing those impacts. I mean, he was the whole reason we took the lead early in the first game. Um, so really, again, it's just going to be them grinding out there. I think they only got about 8-9 minutes on ice last game, so I'd like to see them maybe out there for a little bit more to give that physical presence.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game is going to be all about physicality, all about effort. As long as those first two lines can weather the storm, then our depth line should be able to win us the game.
Yeah, that line spent almost the entire 8 minutes that they had in the defensive zone. It was complete difference. And um,
Yep.
again, I think the third, fourth line is where kind of champions are made this series, considering how much more of a skill advantage there is between the top two lines between us and the Maple Leafs because they are just special. Do we know if Nylander is back in for the Maple Leafs?
I don't believe he is. I was
He
reading
is
tweets
out.
earlier. Yep, there you go. So yeah, that's going to be big for us. I mean, we're in Toronto's house. They have Nylander's what they're like second best goal scorer pretty much.
Yep.
So we got to win while he's gone, if he
Yep.
even comes back. So
Yep, he has the second most points, 98 points. He played every single game for them this season. The first
he's
games he's missed has been, these three.
he's honestly he's an Ironman. This is the first 3 games he's missed in a very very long time, years. So there's
Ah,
something going on there.
yeah, and it sucks. We really blew a winnable game last game.
Yep. Our
This is
game's
the
better.
Achilles heel. The Achilles heel of the Bruins. You got to win these games. When the other team is undermanned, you got to put them away. Um, yeah, I think tonight. Do you have any other comments, keys to the game, something you're looking for, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, keys to the game, just winning those faceoffs and keeping the effort high. As soon as we started giving our full effort in the second period last game, everything just fell apart, and we lost quickly after that.
Yep.
So really, as long as the effort's there, as long as the forecheck's there, we're gonna find the back of the net. Our decor will take care of us.
Yeah. And for me, I think the key to the series for me when we jumped into this was staying out of the penalty box. We did
Yep.
not do a good job of that last game. Uh,
No.
Too many men on the ice. I think we've had enough too many men on the ice penalties for this series. 2-in-1 game was unacceptable, especially at home. When you really got to have it. So staying out of the penalty box, no
Yep.
ticky tacky things. Don't fall for it. If it's a 4-on-4 is in the Maple Leafs' favor. That's
Yep.
their wheelhouse. You're better 5-on-5 than them. You're tougher 5-on-5. Stay out of the penalty box and that's kind of my big thing for this game. So yeah, go go Celtics, go Bruins. We're both going to be tuning in. The baby bear Andrew will not be back in for the post game, but we thank him for stepping in. My dad should be back, hopefully, with his wits about him. So expect a hairless companion for myself later on tonight. Thank you, Andrew, for stepping in. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your game, and I mean rest of the night, and hopefully we have 2 wins after.